Hi guys, what's going on, and welcome back to episode 6 now of our He campaign. So, if you remember last time, we seem to be developing in a bit of a strange orientation and not in a particularly positive one, and we've gone a bit wonky. We're turning into a bit of a straight line empire, which isn't really a good thing. But we certainly ended up getting involved in a few wars. We got dragged into a war against Yuan Shou, which is a bad thing because I think they're absolutely massive. Of course, we're still at war with these guys up here in the north, which I wasn't really quite sure what I wanted to do with. And we got declared war on by Zirong down here in the south, which is a real strange move. But we've got Hiyu actually besieging in Guangliang now at the moment, so hopefully that'll soon fall to us next turn, and kind of that'll be that. I'm just trying to starve them out, get their resources down a bit. I suspect they're going to sally forth and there'll be a land battle. Hopefully they don't have any other armies deployed anywhere, otherwise that's going to make things a little bit more interesting, I think. But before I really got into anything, the main thing I wanted to do today was sort of try and sort out our economy a little bit. Because things are pretty low, our army upkeep is pretty high, and I've been neglecting quite a few things apparently that sort of I haven't really realised before. So, first things first is kind of assignees. I've not really been putting any assignees on. So, I think I was going to start in Yangshuo. I was looking at the options kind of we have available. One of these seemed pretty good because it gives 50% income from the peasantry. Given this guy has got lack of purpose, it seems to make sense to assign him to be sort of employed as the volunteers. So, we currently have someone there doing 12 public order, but we'll assign this one, I think. For 15. Yeah. That'll give us a good boost next turn because we think that's going to give us an extra 50% onto our 232. Not massive, it's only going to give us like an extra 100 income per turn, but you know, 100 income is still 100 income. If we head over to Runan, we could do a similar thing here, I suppose. How much of the income of peasantry is from here? 50. Similar sort of situation, I think. Let's do that. Now, looking at other factors, and one thing I may regret from doing that is if we head over to my court, I've not been assigning anyone to my court, which is something I obviously should have been doing. Now, I don't know if I can assign a general to a slot. If I try and say, do that, is that going to remove him as a general? Let's just have a look at who does what. They're locked for different people. I see. Some of these people are now on assignment. Be the only one who can be the great commander. Because we're the He, you see, we have really cheap salaries, so I should absolutely have been doing this turns ago. So if I put He Shan Min as the great commander, what does that give? Plus 25% food from farming faction wide. Minus 10% retinue upkeep. It's only the commander, he is not a commander, so that's not going to help us. So yeah, the food production faction wide is super useful, and construction costs local commander. Let's assign him to that. No change in salary. That should help us. We'll have a look at what our food is. What's our total food production? Is 11. Okay, let's see what that turns out to be next turn. Oops, wrong button. Back to court. And we'll assign everyone else. The other slots we've got. This guy's not got a job. Is he costing me any salary? No, he's not. We might as well put you here. Income from peasantry faction wide. Okay, that'll be useful. That's another plus 15%. So that's going to be basically 65% across those two places now. So that should bump our income up a little bit. That's 4k population. And 10k population in the local commandery. Maybe in which case I'll be better off putting one of these guys then, because they'll be assigned to a commandery. Probably makes more sense, doesn't it? Let's do you. Let me? Yeah, and you're still a general. Cool. I've got this. Easy. So, what does this last position give? 20% bonus for experience. 20%, plus 20, not 20%. Bonus experience for units per season faction wide. That's useful. And 10% character experience and a unit morale. So I don't really want someone just on an assignment. I want a general for this slot then, really. You one of the Runshong. I think you're with the army to the north, which really struggles with morale. So let's go for that. Okay, so I think that's hopefully going to make a real difference to our. Oh, there's a little bit of inharmony with the people in office, but I'm hoping that's going to make a good difference now to. Oh, we see we've got some of that income boost from peasant taxation already, I think. Yeah, plus 107%. Nice. making a difference already. So hopefully next turn that will really give us that boost we need. So we're besieging the enemy down here. Obviously Guangling. I think other than that we're all okay. Well, obviously we captured Peng Chang in the last turn. I'm a bit worried that Yuan Shu is going to end up advancing down here. That's going to be a problem for us. I also might have a quick check to see if... Oh, do we have any opportunity to do any trade deals with anyone? Blanked out. Is that because no one will be prepared to do it? Does anyone actually like me? They like me.
A pleasure.
No treaties available. Looks like we can't perhaps trade as the Yellow Turbans at the moment. Maybe that's something we have to unlock as a reform later on. Okay. Okay, cool. Let's go to the next turn. I'm going to have to stick my fan back on. It's going to come up on the fan slightly, but I'm going to pass out by the end of the video at this rate. Oh, that's better. It's really hot in the UK at the moment. Well, by UK standards anyway. Yellow Bad, maintain 40 units. Okay, cool. It's worrying. I don't remember recruiting extra units. Perhaps these guys just came back into the fight. So we have got these full guys here. Unfortunately, they've got their full army stacked there, so it makes it really hard for me to attack that place down at the Jade Mine there. Not really a lot I can do about that. So our income's up to 512, which is certainly good, because hopefully that's that boost from peasantry. Yeah, look at that 152 we're getting there now. Should be getting that over here as well. If I ever get an assignment for industry, that would be hugely useful. We're upgrading there, we're upgrading here. No, but we've got nothing we can upgrade, because we've got to get quite a bit higher before we can upgrade that one. That's just a flat industry boost. It gives us a nice little bonus to industry, which is good, I suppose. 25% income from commerce. Nice. Okay, our population still needs to expand in all these places, I think. Yeah. Well, we've got a fair population there now, giving us a peasantry bonus. Because you get a peasantry bonus from having extra population, apparently, as well, which is kind of one thing that's kind of interesting. Looks like he has just leveled up. So what we're going to stick his points into... Those fire arrows. Oh, we just have some of the Yellow Turban archers, so that could be useful. Plus 50% post-battle loot income. Oh. Ranged armor piercing damage and melee armor piercing damage. Kind of useful. Redeployment cost, not interested in that. 10% movement range. Could be useful. Income from commerce. Well, we have no commerce income, so that's not really very useful. Public order and unit morale. I think we're going to go for this. Mostly for the well, fire arrows are nice. Post-battle loot is nice. And the extra damage is nice. So they should knock their ranged power up a little bit in theory. So it does very slightly. Cool. So let's have a look down here. It doesn't look like they actually bothered to sally out. So their casualties are really just starting to rack up, to be honest. I might just keep starving them out. For now, I have no need to attack them desperately. We do need to think about getting the army back up north to protect Pangchang, I suppose. But for now, we'll just hang on to it. So down here, everyone's doing everything. Everything's building. Nothing else really to upgrade. What does that give? And population growth, which is certainly a good thing. Population growth should be pretty significant. So how do we see what our growth changed this turn? 56k. Jesus. That is quite a significant population growth. 34 over there. Wow. I still don't know how to defeat these people at Yuan Shu. They're a real problem for me. Something I just can't seem to crack. Not else a lot we can do this turn. I'm pleased our income is at least starting to go up. I wish we could get it up higher though. Oops, that's not the right button. Because, you know, could really do with getting that up. I wish we had some trade income, something like that would be really nice. We could always risk a tax rate increase. Doesn't actually make that much difference, and just the public order problems it generates not really worth it, is it? Hopefully everywhere's happy on public order at the moment. Looks like they are. Okay, let's just head straight into the next turn. We'll end up capturing Guangling hopefully this turn, because they should be so depleted by that point. Okay, so they've marched out to fight me on an open battle. I'm going to take it. We do outnumber them. They're obviously the better units. You know, our continual problem has just been morale. Who was the one I appointed for increased morale? Obviously this guy. Look, this extra 10% morale boosts his unit up quite a bit by the looks of it. We've got some new units. Look at them, 35s, 26s. That's our issue. Our morale is always really bad, and it results in our units routing often before they really should. They end up just routing for no reason. Like they take a couple of casualties and a few arrows come in their direction, and they ended up running away, which is proving to be one of the most annoying aspects of it. If we can really beat these people here with minimal casualties, which is not going to happen, I know, but if we could, then that would make a real big difference, because then we'd be in a real chance of being able to take the city afterwards. But I just don't think it's going to happen. Hopefully we'll win, but it's going to be a pretty close fought thing, I should have thought, because they so often are. Do they outrange us? Not really. At least we're on the defensive, I suppose. And we've got those 2 units of cavalry. Without the cavalry, we'd be screwed. We don't even seem to have levelled up very much, really, although we're actually higher level than most of their units. Mostly 2s, some 1s, 3. The archers seem to have got a little bit of level. It doesn't help their goddamn morale, nor the loading times on these games. Every time I play this and record one of these videos, I forget quite how long the loading times are. Because all you're doing here is sitting here listening to my fan. If I tilt it away, that will make it better on the microphone. I know that's going to come out on the microphone. I can only apologise for that. If I get it go static, does it? Yeah, I can see it picking it up on the OBS. It's really quite an annoying thing, but there we go. Nothing I can do. God, the loading times. You can skip ahead of it. Oh no, we're here. Okay. So let's have a look what we've got then. I don't know why I always have archers as unit number 1, but we do for some reason. Spread them out a little bit further.
Stand ready. Axe ready.
We have the cavalry one on each flank, so I'll probably keep that as it is. Ready. Cool. They've got to come to us, so let them do it. The heroes are all in a lot better health this time, which is going to make things a little more difficult. We don't have any good sentinels or anything, which makes fighting some of these guys a little bit harder. Although they're mostly strategists by the look of it. A scholar and 2 healers. Even my people here have bad morale, don't they? Oh dear. Okay. So they're going to end up coming into archer range. At least they've got some damage on some of these G militia. Largely light halberds. Entirely light halberds, actually. They've got some... Ooh! Repeating crossbowmen. Oh, you can see, look, they've got little ammunition magazines on top of the crossbows. Okay, that's cool. I didn't even know they were in the game. Oh, Jesus, this is a shit ton of cavalry.
Take heed, warriors. Our comrade is under attack.
Okay, we're going to come into archer range pretty much soon. I don't know if I'd rather you targeted some of the central units here, to be honest, because you'll be able to smash these militia. Should be bringing across. Is it medium v medium? No, medium v light. Should stand a reasonable chance there.
It is useless to try and defeat me.
Right, let's try and get some of these repeating crossbows and get a bit of damage in there. Is there anywhere where there's a gap in the line? Not really. You. Flank. Try and get a flanking on the edge here. We're fighting against some of these repeating crossbows, which are now routing, which is good for us. Let's start to get some of those archer militia at the back. Look there. Bit of a cavalry fight breaking out here now. We want to kill those guys first, preferably. Someone's routing there in the middle, which is good, what we want. We might actually get those guys to attack the enemy commander. Fighting those light sword infantry on the edge, proving difficult.
position. They cannot
Surprised those guys
fire.
there haven't routed yet. Could do with breaking their cavalry, really.
To attention, archers. Lay down there.
Going to run out of ammunition on them soon, by the looks of things.
You lack the strength to defeat me.
Do
I'm
not
going to pull out a
waste
unit
your
of horses
breath.
if I can.
You will need it.
The horses feel really slow in this game sometimes. Some of our yellow turban spearmen are routing in the middle, which is a bit unfortunate.
Move out quickly. Kill
And
them.
let's just pull back in and recharge. We've still got a lot of enemy cavalry to fight. Well, we really didn't even charge at all, did they?
How many have you killed? Not enough, I think.
Oh, how
And I'm all out of ammo now.
How very witty.
What can we do but to try and flank, really?
Arrows. Our men flee the battlefield. Kill them.
Try and get some rear flanks on some of these guys. You'd think our flanking of these Sabre militia would have made more of a difference than it actually has. These cavalry catching up with all our people has been annoying. Because it's kind of really badly diminished our ability to kill these. They really haven't been killed very quickly. And some of our men are retreating down in the centre now. Actually not looking so good. I thought things were looking good, but they're really actually not, to be honest.
Make ready. Destroy them.
Our bows are kind of struggling.
Warriors.
Got some yellow, these yellow turbans here are
Our
coming
men
back.
flee the battlefield.
Have we got a morale? Let's activate your morale debuff.
Come. Ready.
Has anyone got a positive morale buff?
To attention. The time has come.
Engaged in melee. Let's
Hurry.
pull back.
Move.
Why are you over there?
Run. Run.
Let's get you over into the back of these guys, look. See if you can cause a bit of a morale debuff. Go on, the wavering. Go on, break, damn you.
Enemy warriors are running.
See, these guys are struggling there now, which is what we need to happen.
Spearmen. To attention, spearmen.
Okay, they're both routing. That's what we wanted.
Swords drawn. To battle.
Let's get them round. Let's get them round. Come on, guys.
March at the double.
Don't know why I'm sticking you in there, but you might as well.
Move out quickly. Run. Run. Destroy them. Ready. Charge.
Basically blob them massively. We should be able to deal with them. Okay, they've got their crossbows in here now, so they shouldn't be able to last very long.
Ready.
Let's get us stuck into the back of that.
I shall reclaim my honor. Your words are as pathetic as you
I'm
are.
going to try and rear flank these crossbows with this unit. Go on, little peasant swordsman. Charge! Yeah, it's good. And I get stuck into the back of that. That should affect their morale quite badly. There are massive cooldowns on those morale debuff abilities. They've done me a minus 100% armor. That's not so good.
To attention.
Try and kill their commander if we can. Some of our units are routing there. These guys are struggling, but
Wait. Run. Run. Take heed, warriors. Attack.
come on, keeping the fight. Yeah, they've all gone. They've all gone. Shatter them. Shatter them. Good, 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 good. That's what we wanted, really. Just took a lot longer than I thought it was going to do to get it.
Go, go, go.
Is there anyone here worth clearing up? Not really, is there? Be nice to kill that commander, but that's not going to happen. Okay. 3 victory. Not super pleased with that. How many do we get? We've got 1,000 people left. Probably not enough to besiege them, though, really, because they've still got their full garrison, you see. And 302. And they're probably just going to fall straight back to their city, I'm going to assume. Because we can't kill them. Unless they fell back in a suitable direction.
Victory.
You know, it's not going to be super helpful. We could kill him. That would be an interesting one, wouldn't it? And he's got all the repeating crossbows and everything, which caused me so many issues. Goodbye.
They serve no purpose.
Really, we need the replenishment.
Thrust with conviction and strike true.
Now, that's going to throw us into an interesting opportunity there. Cool. Good man. What we like to hear. Okay, so we actually recovered a lot that turn. An awful lot, actually, to be fair.
My lord.
More than I thought I was going to. Cool. That's very nice. So, this is this guy. what options do we have? We have an ability, general, our general heal, research rate, ranged block chance, enlightenment, armor, own retinue, military supplies and enemy territory, own army, useful, battle income, melee damage, etc., etc. Shame there's not one that gives a morale buff. That's what I really want. Oh, passive. Passive buff, knowledge of the ability, plus 18 morale. Is that 18 to melt to him personally or to the army? Effect range, plus 75 meters. Sold. I'll have it. This morale is our real problem here. Right, so these guys. Oh, we've got another guy at court. Let's just level him up. So he's at court. 10% research rate might be useful. No point having the morale because you're not in the army. Enlightenment construction time. Does it tell me what you do? Employ volunteers. So he's assigned to that county. Yeah, so that's worthwhile having, isn't it? So these guys, that's what I was saying. They're going to attack here because we've got a neutral balance of power. Now, the question is, have they since raised another army? If they have, then I'm just going to get driven straight back again and it'll all be for nothing. If that was their main army that they came back with, because if I remember an episode ago we defeated and killed another army in the field here, so they might not have properly raised another army, in which case then we would then stand a real chance of actually getting that Jade Mine. I really hope we do, I really want it, because Jade Mines are quite valuable as well, I think. So, okay, that's an option. We've also got another battle down here we're going to have to look at in a minute. We should have also finished the upgrade here, which we have. So what options have we got? So there's some more. Oh, interestingly, our food has gone up. I just noticed as well from the people at court decisions we made. Yeah. So we've got some upgrades we could do here. So what does this give us? Not a lot of changes. A bit of garrison change, plus 20 income basically, and a bit of food production. Well, I mean the food production is not unuseful, but what else have we got down here? Just plus 100 income. A bit more military supplies, that's really not useful. Requires a reform to get that one, which is something we definitely need to think about doing. We don't really have any much in the way of a trade influence. Well, we'll do this anyway. That just gives us a base upgrade into the amount of resources we get. Although maybe we should perhaps have looked at some of these over here, because that's a commerce one. It's not really worth it, is it? We're going to knock that down. We'll keep our temple because that's 10% from all income sources. Oh, income commerce 75. How is that? Where are we getting commerce income from? Oh, it gives direct during the drinking house commerce income. No, I still don't think it's worth it. No, we'll still ignore that. So down here, they must be starting to starve out now. Like, I feel like it's a waste of time not just attacking them in a way, but at the same time, it saves us resources, you know, or saves us losses by not. So I suppose it makes sense just to kind of leave them, really. But up here, this is my really interesting one. That's what I want to know what's going to be the outcome of. Okay, I think we'll go to the next turn. Hopefully, if we end up taking another 2 territories, that'd be really nice. Then I need to get back to war with the Han and start looking at mopping up down here. So they're coming out. So they did bring another army down. But they're all pretty diminished. A lot of cavalry. A lot of decent infantry. A lot of decent infantry. That's going to be our problem. A lot of very diminished people. Let's do it. If we win this, we own a Jade Mine. I mean, this army's just been battered around so much now, I think it must be starting to get a little bit of experience. Let's see what... it's a tough one. A very tough one.
There is warmth to be found.
Oh, much nicer loading screens now. We've loaded this one in a few times already.
With your death, China will be a better place.
So, same setup really. Get our bowmen set up. Where probably the main target of these guys is going to be the enemy heavy infantry. They're what I'm going to struggle to kill. We're going to set our cavalry on one flank. Might just slightly widen the infantry line. Just give me a slight better chance of winning the flank as such. So they're on the offensive, so it's down to them to do it. Where's the one with the passive buff? What range is that? Pretty good range. I'm probably going to stick you dead front and centre, to be honest. You also have the enemy morale debuff. You do. And you're kind of like main, even though you're a scholar. Who actually sucks at fighting, but still. Okay. Let's see what we get then. We're on the defensive, so I'm going to wait for them. And their reinforcements are all coming from the right direction for them, so I'm not going to really worry about it. It looks like we may have to adjust angle slightly. Rotate! And let's just stick them to fast forward. I'm going to wait for them. No need for me to go and start marching through forest and uneven terrain and things that are going to screw me over. I'm happy to wait. And wait for them to make their move. Let's see how they turn up. It's probably going to take them a little while to get organised. The fact if they were coming in from different reinforcement directions, if one was coming down here or something, obviously I would go hard for one because then it would be worth it because you could fight them individually. But with them all spawning in at the same corner, it's really not a lot of benefit. I don't think anyway. As far as I can tell, doesn't seem to make any difference. How's my morale looking on some of these units? Pretty good. Obviously, when they get that buff, look, when they get the buff, that makes a huge difference to my morale effects. So it's obviously well worth having. So you can see what we've got coming. It's these guys that are going to break me, the medium saber infantry and stuff like that. The lights I'm not too worried about. Cavalry is going to be a pest, but I don't think it should be a major problem for me. Is it all on that flank? It looks like it, doesn't it? They've got a bit over here as well. Oh, bloody hell. How dare they put one on each flank? That's very inconvenient of them. But they're quite decent, these cavalry. There's nothing else we can do but other than just get them stuck into the fight. Okay, they're slowly making their way forwards in their sort of relatively messy lines. These three are going to be, well, not you because you're the lights. These two mediums, they're my targets. These two medium saber infantry. They're what I want to kill. Everything else I think stands a reasonable chance. Oh, and that Jane infantry captain. Everything else stands a reasonable chance, I think, of breaking. You know, because they're such small little unit strengths. Should be able to get proper visibility once they clear this bit of forest here. I don't know what. Are all their generals in good health? Looks like it, doesn't it? A bit unfortunate. Okay, our archers are going to end up firing a volley at these cavalry as they come in initially, I think, by the looks of things. Looks like they might have shifted all their cavalry over to this flank. Frustrating. But there we go. Ready! I know they're not saying ready. They're saying something in Chinese, I would have thought, but still. Sounds good. Saber. Where's that Jane infantry captain then? Got an annoyingly large amount of these really high quality infantry. They're already running out of ammunition. Focus your fire on him. Preferably without having to walk too far forwards. That would actually cause some casualties. Here's who I want to kill. Yes, look at those casualties. That's what we... Oh, bloody hell. That I hadn't noticed. Come on then. Let's have it. Be having you. That's good. They're the casualties that we need. Just keep up the fire on him. Let's try and break him before he reaches our line. He's one of the toughest people for us that we're going to have to kill. Gonna run out of ammo already. Look at that. The ammo is so poor on these guys. Like these axe bands will break dead quick, I think. That's my hope anyway.
Go on, keep up. I know you can do it.
If
Come on,
only
keep
wars
firing.
were won with witty words.
Come on, if you can break him.
Enemy unit flees. What coward!
Can get a volley off against this This, oh, lightsaber militia, not what I'd have gone for, but too late, we're firing now. Ooh,
Make ready. Unleash.
let's get you stuck in there.
Blades ready. Hurry. Move.
Okay, so we're engaged across the line, basically. Annoyingly, their cavalry has done a good job at rear flanking me there.
Swords drawn. Attack.
I have to fight you.
Take heed, warriors. Our brother is under attack.
Let's just get these guys out slightly, because they've still got some ammo, actually, to be fair, and we'll set them back on fire at will.
Ready.
Didn't need to get that far out.
Move.
Okay.
Stand ready.
Let's go against those recruiting crossbows if you can. So are we winning any of these end fights is what I would like. Some of these axe band, if we could kill them, then that's going to free up a lot of units for me to rear flank with. Because our central guys are going to have a bit of a tough fight on them. Some of the enemy cavalry is routing. Nice. That's what we want. Maybe if you can break them, that'd be even better. If not, don't worry.
Shut up and die. Move on quickly.
Pull you through, pull you through, pull you through. Let's rear flank them.
Attend.
Now some of these guys are starting to struggle.
Kill them.
Let's get them against this G militia, and then we're going to set onto his demorale, and that should brag them, which it did.
Stand ready.
Which is what we wanted. Cool, you're now free, and you're now free. Okay, this is the winning stroke. These units, these Yellow Turban warriors being free. Because now we're going to really rear flank. Just want to get them into the right position before we do it.
Attend.
Now let's try and break these guys here. Let's try and get some kills in that initial charge and that rear flank, ideally. Reform up, guys, reform up.
Attend, swordsman. Move.
These guys seem to be relatively free to run through this People's Warband.
Move.
Let's try and rear flank these Sabre infantry if we can. So how are we looking along this stretch of line here?
Ready, bows. Release missile.
Feel free to fire at will against them. These Sabre militia are starting to take casualties now.
They cannot fire.
Some of these guys must be starting to run a bit low, you would think.
Spearmen, attend. Unleash fury.
It's these medium warbands that are holding me up still. You know, enemy generals fallen. Good, that's what we wanted. What are the numbers looking like? Very much in our favour. We've got twice their number at the moment. We are going to start having cavalry probably so in a minute. Let's start firing in with what little ammunition we have left. Our guys are doing surprisingly well over that side there, to be fair, actually. Pretty hard to work out exactly what's going
Do
on.
not waste your breath. You will need it.
I don't know why I'm sending these against these guys, to be honest. Let's activate your morale debuff. That should break that unit in theory.
Look, the enemy run.
Yeah, they're routed. Good, 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 good.
Swords at the ready.
All on the Jane Sword Captain, then.
Strike.
We can get these guys to rout. It'd be amazing. Go on. Just taking a few casualties. If they broke, it'd be lovely. Still a pretty tough fight going on this side because of all the medium sword infantry.
Ready. Destroy them.
Cavalry recovered, which is nice. Someone's routed there. It is. Good job.
Swords sharpened. Blades. Archers.
Just want to make sure we get enough.
Show no mercy.
Oh, no, 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 no. Did not mean to do that.
What coward! To attention! To attention, spearmen! Swords at the ready!
Got a bit carried away there. I somehow accidentally selected all, I think.
Steel yourselves! Swords sharpened!
Okay, that didn't go according to plan, but let's push on. Every archer unit is now attacking. Let's just pull the archers out. And not being very helpful by you, who was engaging these cavalry. Oops, that was a bad move.
Swords!
You see, why are you in the fight? I just told you to pull out.
Double time!
And you're like, oh, just stand here. Even though you're told to move. Annoyingly disobedient. Okay, we've pretty much got this. Let's just go on to fast forward. You actually can come back in.
Look! The enemy run! Craven!
There we go. Pretty much, bar the enemy commander, is everyone retreating. And that is definitely a critical victory. That's a really important one. Yeah. Everyone is in flight. If we can kill this enemy commander, that would be nice. Calsong. I'd gladly take it if he wants to die. He's unbreakable. Well, that's fine. Can fight to the death.
Enemy general is falling. They were
Quids
no
in.
match.
Nice. Okay, that was a really important victory, I think. We did take a lot of casualties there, but that was the victory I wanted, because I think that's going to spell the death of this iron mine, because of this jade mine. We've still got over 1,000 men, and they haven't. That was definitely what we wanted. Really pleased about that. Definitely pretty good going. Okay, God, I can't believe we've been recording 35 minutes already. Whew. Let's wait for this to load out. See if we capture the place that I wanted. I think they've got 2 towns, so if we get this, we'll try and strike a peace with them. Maybe even get some money out of them, that'd be nice. Who got the most kills there? Mostly archers, to be honest. The archers were critical in breaking that unit of like the Jin sword, medium sword infantry. Because if you can't break a few of them, few of their heavier units at the start, then you've got a really hard time then getting through the rest of them, I think. I think it's taking longer to load out of the game than actually to load into battle. Does that mean we captured the town? Well, the reinforcing army's dead.
Picture victory, and it will
But we gained a good amount of money from it. You know, the 400 income is nice. But he's going to get all his units back. But yeah, we'll release
Free
him.
them all. We have need of courageous warriors.
We'll be able to capture this jade mine next turn. Okay. An uncommon talent. I don't need more people. So, let's capture this jade mine.
As spring blossoms, so too
Oh,
the
get that balance of
seeds
power.
justice.
Victory!
One today.
Woot, woot. Okay, and we've got a ton of money now as well. Occupy and aid the wounded. Do our old faction
It
support
is
thing.
ours by right.
Nice thing that you get, that is.
Stay
So, we finally captured this jade mine. Honestly, one of the hardest things to capture, that was. It's just been a nightmare. So, in the commandery, what else is there? Yuan Shao actually own this city over here. You know, we conceivably, we'll just hang on a turn just to see if we wanted to really press on in case we've done enough damage to them. To like keep up the sort of assault momentum. Combined with the fact that some of our units are actually starting to get a reasonable amount of experience now as well, which is certainly going to help. Look at some of these people warband are really ranking up, giving them a good morale boost as well. Whoa!
Not today.
I hope you weren't going to attack me next turn. That's worrying. It's very worrying.
Pure folly.
If I'm going to lose my town there.
I am at one again.
Got no movement. So, I mean, I can't move back. It is what it is. No point worrying about it. No point spending the money on the iron mine, though, just in case it just proves to be the one that gets attacked. Pen Chang, we've got some options. We could consider upgrading this. We could consider putting a bit more of a garrison here, to be honest. Because it's quite a border fort, isn't it? Does it cost us anything? Not really. Let's do that. It's a temporary. Well, I can knock it down later on, can't we, if needed. It's taken enough money away from us, unfortunately, that we can't afford to do the other bits. We'll probably just delegate this, to be honest, now. They're so diminished. He's pretty good.
Heaven
Yeah.
blesses our
Good.
men.
We lost 180. I would not have done that well if I'd done it myself. An
They
occupy.
are lost and need guidance.
Faction destroy. Cool. So this leaves the Han, who really might as well end up going down now. And then these guys in here, Zhao Shou, which we might as well really think about trying to deal with as well. I'm going to upgrade my capital of Runan. It's not near its population limit yet, but it's certainly getting closer. What level city is that? That's 4 as well. Why did that go such a higher population limit? When it's still only a rank 4 city. Oh, because these perhaps each provide population as well. Okay. Fair enough. Let's upgrade that then. That's good. So, things have really taken up that turn. Our empire is growing massively. Diplomatically, still at war with some people, but not too many. Is anyone... These desperately want peace, by the looks of it. And Yuan Shou isn't against peace. Let's just go to proper negotiations then. Yuan Shou, I would make peace with you. I don't want to be at war with you. Still quite a bit down. Military strength, strategic situation. Opinion on this recent war declaration. Distance. To make that war... Jesus! No, I'm not going to give you all that. No, I'm definitely not prepared to do that. What about with Yuan Shou? Could they pay me if we made peace?
This will be short.
Only plus 2.5. No, not for now. We can wait to the next turn. If the Liu Bao actually attacks me, then okay, we're in a problem. But if not, then we're good, I think. So I think we'll tick over to the next turn by the looks of it. Good. Things are looking pretty positive. Generally. I know it could all go wrong in a second. Whew, he's moving back, thankfully. Makes me feel a little bit safer at my iron mine. Brothers in arms, since you've seen Swankin, China's fast. Okay, cool.
Reject corruption.
These all look good. This army probably needs another turn or two to recover by the looks of it. And then they're going to go back to war, obviously, with the Han. So we could do with capturing this place down here as well still. But I certainly want to try and march on the trade port down here to finish this little bit of map off. Then we're right up against the border and we've got the river and everything. It makes like a nice little border. And then obviously this trade village up here. You know, we can start to clean up this corner of the map a little bit more. And that's certainly going to start to put us into a bit of a better position, isn't it, I think. So, it looks like we built that garrison down there, which is good. Does it actually upgrade the garrison, upgrading that? No. The ultimate 20 minutes reserve capacity. It doesn't really give you that much useful beyond level 1, does it, to be honest? Plus income. Not really particularly useful. I think I'd rather wait, save my money up to do like this iron mine up to the next level and stuff in the next turn. So over here, what have we got? We've got income from this jade mine. I don't know if it means we actually own the resource. It doesn't produce me as much money as I was hoping, to be honest. I thought it might do me a better job than that. It gives me commerce. Trade influence. It does give you a few useful things, I suppose. It doesn't affect having now that little bit of trade influence. Doesn't affect my ability to actually do trade, does it? I don't know why no one will ever agree to trade with me. Is it because everyone hates me?
A pleasure.
No available treaties. Okay. Don't understand. Someone will tell me in the comments probably at the end of this video. Why can't I trade with anyone? Is that a factor of there being the yellow turbans? That's what I'm guessing. Would be my prediction. So elsewhere, we're looking pretty good, and we've been 44 minutes already, so it's a pretty good time to end this video. That was a pretty successful turn, I'd say, that one. Just really need to start to consolidate here now. I want to start to clear this area out as a top priority. Obviously, in a turn or two, we can think about pushing further up with these guys. And they're recovering pretty well. Do we wish to push for the city? It's a bit of a risk, isn't it? But then again, it could be pretty useful. So we could think about it. Well, we'll think about that next turn. Anyway, I'm going to end that video there. Thank you for watching, guys. Hopefully it's been enjoyable. If it has, let me know what you think in the comments down below, and subscribe to the channel for lots more Total War content.